Here's how Orchestrator Mail can help you structure a complex email collaboration. Jack needs to figure out where he can shave off some costs. He asks Peter to prepare a global T&E report for the last 4 quarters, by region, by category, and by departments. As he begins this collaboration, he can determine the conversation type. He can also associate the conversation with the project and set a deadline. The request is then sent to Peter. Peter receives the email with a clearly laid out deadline and automated response buttons which further clarify the conversation. Peter can then choose to accept the deadline and terms laid out in the request, decline the request, propose a counteroffer if some of the terms aren't to Peter's agreement, report the request's completion, delegate the request to another party, postpone for a later response, or ask Jack to clarify the request. However, Peter's finishing another project, and he knows it will take more time, so he sends a counteroffer to Jack. Jack can respond with satisfaction and close the conversation. He can accept Peter's counteroffer. He can also decline the new terms set out by Peter, respond with his own counteroffer, postpone, or ask Peter for clarification. Jack accepts Peter's counteroffer. He could have also declined. Peter would then have to choose another option. Peter is now on a deadline for delivering by the negotiated due date. Judy, one of Peter's team members, had an emergency. He now has to renegotiate with Jack. Jack counters back, saying to provide the data he has available. Peter agrees and accepts the new due date and starts putting together the report as per Jack's request. Peter reports that he is done to Jack and awaits his approval. Jack sees the report and thanks Peter, confirms his satisfaction, and closes the conversation. Peter can still ask for further clarification, but the conversation has come to its logical conclusion. You can see how Orchestrator Mail allows you to manage email communications despite whatever conflict or changes might arise. Next, we'll look at options that are available to you along the communication path. Every morning, Orchestrator Mail sends you an open conversation summary, a full history of all your open and active conversations, which also offers you additional options. Let's take a look. Jack has the option to revise his original request, or he can cancel the request at any time by pressing Thanks and Close. Peter can always cancel the counteroffer he made. He can also complete and end the conversation by pressing Sorry and Close. Jack has the option to be satisfied by the negotiation. He can also reassign it to someone else. Peter can always cancel the counteroffer he made. He can also complete and end the conversation by pressing Sorry and Close. Jack has the option of canceling his own counteroffer. Peter can close the conversation at any time. For example, if he has not heard back from Jack in a while. These are just a few examples of how Orchestrator Mail can help you manage your collaborations via email. If you have a need for additional support or have any questions, call 415-876-7000 or email info@orkmail.com.